Why? Why does he do that? Twice.
To give you hope?
Nah, no, there's no hope.
To, ex- to explain terminology, he has to use at the beginning of the text when he talks about the whole book.
That is such a logical answer, but sometimes logic is not the window to truth.
Hey, your book's all about logic.
Didn't he? Didn't he?
Uh,
Didn't he?
no, he did two things. First, he said, uh, how much of the book is he going to cover?
Yeah, from this to that.
Yeah, from this to that. And that is
This topic at the end, which
right.
yeah,
The end of the book. So he just mentioned the end of the book. He mentioned the last words of the book. And so we had to cover the last words of the book. But he just went and did it again and brought us to the end of the book a second time. He said he's going to cover the end of the book before he goes to the commentary on the main body of the work. Why?
How much you paying for this answer?
Um,
I don't know.
multiples of $0. Many times $0. As many times as you like. A blank
I'll take
check. You can write as
that.
many zeros as you want.
Didn't he say that he was saving one form of logic for the very end?
Oh, I like that. That's true too. Um,
Oh,
he said at the end that he had saved it till the end. He also just said the conclusion is short. And so he'll get that out of the way real quick and took us to the end of the text saying, since the conclusion of this book is brief, I will cover that before the rest of the book.
oh.
Which I've never seen before. I thought that there's lots of things I've never seen before, but that's one of them. What's a simple Tibetan term for the conclusion or end of a work, maybe in this context?
joke.
What word does he use? It's kind of cool.
Mm. Mm.
Uh, he says Tarchin.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Master Dharmakirti mentions two groups of people in that ending uh, with special qualifications who may still not yet have achieved understanding. Who are
Wait.
these special people who ain't special enough? Um,
Not
something about, oh, I heard someone start to say something, right?
not dummies, but they can't get the emptiness. They can't understand emptiness.
Lindsay said not dummies, but they can't understand emptiness.
Yeah,
And,
not dummies. Yeah.
and hardworking people who haven't seen emptiness.
Yeah, how nice. Yeah, the non-dummies and the hard workers. There are some
Okay.
non-dummies who haven't seen it, and there are some hard workers who haven't seen it. Very good.
Hey, Ben, are we either one?
Lindsay is not a dummy and is a hard worker.
She's working hard
And
on feeding us.
whether she understands emptiness, I don't know. Any little bits of Tibetan for non-dummy or hard worker?
Sunjupa? Pepa? I don't know. Hard worker?
Sunju's definitely going to be in there. Yeah. Uh, he says, it's cute. He says, no small amount of intelligence for not a dummy.
Oh, Lo
Mainga.
Lo Chung Me or something?
Yeah, lo yi ne pa chung wa me pa. Yeah, right. It's nice. That's very good word. Um, what about yeah, well, you were pretty close with people who work real hard. Sunju Shindu Lakpar. So they work exceedingly hard. Boy, did they work hard, but still, Um, yeah, lots of stuff Ben doesn't know. I don't work that hard. Why does Master Dharmakirti say the understanding contained in the commentary will disappear into his own body when he moves on from this world?
Because people don't understand it?
Yeah, that's all. Just people, especially in the future when he's not there. There's not going to be anyone around who gets it, which is unfortunate since we're going to try and read the book. But but we'll imagine he's here in spirit. Simple Tibetan phrase for rivers into the sea.
Chuo Tim Gyatso or something?
Darn nearly so. Good enough for horseshoes and hand grenades. Gyatso la ni chuo. Okay. Here, boss, I have we stopped here. It's been a while. And we had a little team class in between, which was fun, but not nearly as fun as having you back in the saddle with us.
Okay.
I thought if it makes sense that maybe I would try to, it's just these two lines that maybe I would try to read them and explain what I thought they meant.
Go for it.
So Shunluk Nin Je Yunten Yaden Longen Yi Bong Jik Ba Bang. The Shunluk, the system of scriptures, this tradition, like the Nin Je, the day maker, has hundreds or so of good qualities. Yunten, Demba has them, and that Fang chases away the Longen, the dark evil ideas, and the Jikpa, the fear, and then Deta Murki Lo Mik Namdak Kepe Padmo Ge J Yin. Then because of that, these masters who are like lotuses, they blossom wide, I guess, to receive these beams of light, which are coming from the scriptures, with their mind's eye opened wide, like blooming lotuses receiving the rays of the sun.
Really deep upon. Yeah, you can say that's okay. Yep. Hang on just a second. Something's bothering me. I'm not sure what it
Please.
is yet. Consuming number checky. Tawang yung may sang sing. Papa ni kitchen sa suwa yan dali pinong tempa. Yun siya yung gaden. Nong yan nipong. Nong yan nipong chipapang. Ito murky nomik namdan. What's the murky though?
Oh, I guess I took it as sort of like, I mean, normally it's admittedly, but in this case, like, since that's so, since these rays of light are coming, since all of these qualities, like the sun beams rays of light, all of these precious qualities are coming from the scriptural tradition, that sort of that's the reason why the masters are opening wide, the flowers open wide.
It's just that data murky is bothering me. I don't know why. I gotta think about it. See, normally that would be a what do you call that? That would be a
like
of it's not comparison, but it's contrast. It would be contrast. Something is true, but something else is not true. Normally, this comes between those two things. Normally, data murky comes between something which is true, kind of true, and then something which is very true. But that doesn't hold here. But it's a little confusing.
Right. I was confused about ni here. Um, like I just sort of said that it um dispels evil thoughts and banishes fear, but it's like dispels only evil thoughts, or what is the ni doing here?
Yeah, that could mean the number one. You see,
No.
uh, on one hand, it has 100 beautiful qualities, which in the 100 here is just a big number to make emphasis. And then ni can mean the one and only, the one worst thought of all. You see what I mean?
Oh, wow, beautiful.
Like holding to self-existence. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
cool. Okay,
that
that's wonderful.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Then I mean, it would be tempting to say that the third line is negative. You see, it's sunlight, which prevents us from being scared, like walking around at night. But you know what I mean? Like he could be saying it's a light which removes our fear. It's light which removes our fear, but that's not the best thing. The best thing is that it will open the lotus of your mind. It's you
Okay.
see what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
This book is cool because it removes your fear, but even more amazing is it opens the lotus of something like that.
Oh,
There has to be
yeah.
you see.
Wow, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, right. Even though it dispels evil thoughts and banishes fear, uh, it yeah, sort of even better, it opens the mind's eye of the Lotus Masters.
It's doing four things here. It's doing four
Yeah.
things here. It's comparing the idea is that this knowledge burns the tumbleweeds or burns the bad
Yeah.
plants. Number one. Number two, it illuminates the path. Number three, by illuminating the path, it removes your fear because it's no longer dark. But best of all, it opens the lotus of your mind. Something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you, boss. Can I give you the plane?
Yep. Okay, good. Thank you for work on that. I remember going through that and it bothered me so much.
Okay, that's kind of you to say, hey, pretty, look at that.
Yeah. And
Hubba hubba.
we just got the license plate. It's very difficult license plate to get. And Rob and Ellie got it. And this is not talking about me, Kramer. Historic vehicle.
Right. No, no, of course, because the car's younger than you.
The car is 1 year younger. Let's not talk about that. I gotta get the right book up here. Hang on.
Me too.
Let's see if I have your book up here.
Deal.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go back to here. Ben was gonna do these last two lines. Yeah, good. Okay, let's move this. Okay, who's gonna read this one, Ben? You want to read the first?
Oh, I will. Okay, sure, I will. Sure. Shepe sikje tangpe tsema namdrel gi riklam kamo nam chirab gi doje ji shim tokbar minepe tsombapo rang ni gi lo yatsor tim ching nupar gyurwar den ching.
Yeah, so if we have a lot of YSI kids here, and you get to tell them what's the context that we're talking about, we skipped to the end of your project is a 52-year project. We skip to the end of the last lines of a famous book written about 1,500 years ago, right? And yeah, which is the basic root text on accurate perception, how to see things. And it's one of the greatest books of the Geshe course, for example. And your commentator skipped to the very end of the book where Master Dharmakirti says something kind of disturbing. What did he say?
He said all of this understanding will go away when I'm gone, because there will be no one left who can explain or understand these ideas as well as he can.
What's
Master
the metaphors?
He says like rivers all dissolve into the sea. They flow into the sea. It'll all dissolve into his body.
All rivers dissolve into the sea. And my knowledge of how people confirm that anything is true, those methods of confirming what is true will melt back into my body and disappear like waters flow into the ocean. Those are his final words. They're very depressing. Okay. They're one of the
like
most
castles in the sand.
In all of scripture, it's one of the most depressing. And here he's talking about those lines, okay? Sikche Dangbu means what?
Well, I guess it means the first part of this verse, or the first of these words.
I'd say that. The first part of those words is talking about the Riglang Chamos inside of Semananda.
The subtleties within the commentary on accurate perception.
Yeah, the subtle, logical thoughts inside of that most important book ever written on perceiving things with logic. You think logic is boring. You think you don't use logic. You use logic every few seconds. You perceive everything that's not in this room, you perceive with logic. You are using logic many, many times every 5 minutes, but we don't know. We don't realize, okay? So he says there are many subtle arguments on logic. Shirab ki dulja.
Later disciples, later students.
Yeah, good. And he kind of used a word that implies, rab can imply flow of a river. You see, he's already talking about, okay? The students who come, say around 2024, okay? Chirab means students who show up in the Buddhist lineage late in the game. Okay, we're late in the game. We're 2,500 years late. We showed up at the party 2,500 years late. Okay, hey, what's going on?
If we do our job right and keep this going a long time, then maybe we'll still be early.
Yeah, Jishin Topa Minu. Jishin Topa Minu.
They're not able to understand it like that, like he does, or like as it was explained.
This Jishin means correctly. It just means correctly.
Okay.
It's an idiom for correctly. Later generations who show up late, they won't be able to understand it, okay? Because why? It will not
It'll go away. It'll dissolve.
It'll in the way that rivers dissolve back to the ocean, these ideas will dissolve, and then they will nipa.
Yeah, set like the sun.
They will melt, and they will disappear into the gyatso.
The ocean.
Of Tsompa Pos Lo.
The mind of the author.
Yeah, the mind of the author, which is Dharmakirti.
Dharmakirti.
Dharmakirti predicts that the subtleties of thinking, that the subtleties of thinking that he laid out in detail will be lost forever if he dies. They'll just sink back into him. Okay? And later generations will be able to understand them, okay, correctly. Okay, let's keep going. Ben, you want to torture somebody?
Yeah.
That's the
Word,
most fun.
can I get you to hire somebody?
Yeah,
Sure.
Thank you.
yeah, sure. Wait, don't pay him. It's just tell him it's a volunteer job.
Oh, good.
Olga
He
wants
knows.
to eat.
Oh, nice.
Okay, perfect. From the okay. 니페 tanko kiton samo tokpe kepa nyamki lo kipa moka jede nam jokki she rapshok gi la nyang ta dar rik du rotnu pesungso.
Oh, all right. Not bad, not bad. Very brave. How do you say brave in Spanish?
Valiente.
Valiente. Okay, Sikche Nipa, Ben.
Yeah, the second section of that verse, I guess.
Says that there will be kepas
There will be masters
who topa the samodun.
who understand the subtle meaning or the profound meaning, rather.
Of this commentary. Okay.
Yeah.
Why is it a commentary?
It's a commentary on the sutra on accurate perception, which is also not a sutra, but
By his
the
teacher,
compendium.
by Dignaga. Yeah, okay. Lojo Kipemo Kache. Kanje. Kanje.
Yeah, Kanjay, the like wide open lotuses of their intelligence.
Blossom.
It will open the lotuses of their wisdom. Yeah. Okay, good. And sometimes they add an O, the Tibetans add an O on Pedma. They call it Pedmo. And it's just the Tibetan thing. Okay. Pedmo Kaje, Namchuki Shirab Choki. They will get Namchuki Shirab.
The wisdom of discernment, knowing the difference between things.
Making fine distinctions.
Yeah.
That kind of supreme wisdom. That will ring to Tripa. Tripa means chase away, like chase away a bear or something like that. Okay. Chase away a rat or something like that. Okay. Okay. So
yeah, it'll chase all of the evil views far away.
good. This wisdom will chase away all your wrong views. Okay. Like you might chase away a wild animal or something like that. Okay. Chenyu Sum So means that's what his final lines are saying. Whose final lines? Dharmakirti.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, who's reading, Ben?
Word, who's reading?
Let me look.
Thank you.
Tracy wants to read.
Oh, how nice.
Gungi sache ni pa shepa ni warg pa pa shepesa shedi ni kong selgi cho jo dang tsompar dam cha wa shipa tarshin par ten pe shung sen sumpo pupe namdrelgi tsik ta dak yin.
Wow, beautiful, amazing. That's amazing. That's great. Very, very good job. Now, I had a brief outline of this book. Subche means, by the way, this is one of those cases where you pronounce the prefix letter. Say subche. Subche. Okay. Subche means, subche often means an outline of a whole book, but here it means the second item in the outline. Okay. So kongi means above. The second section I promised you above, which was called Shepa Nyawagopa. So in his commentary, our author said, first I'm going to give you some introductory comments, and then I'm going to give you the whole book. And then I'll give some concluding comments. Okay, got it? So we have reached, our author says, I promised you some parts above, and the second part I promised you was, I will explain the whole book. After the preliminaries, I will explain the whole book, okay? And he says, what is the whole book to him? When he says he's going to explain the whole book, what does he mean? And he says, when he says he's going to explain the whole book, it means Nam Delki Sik Tadak. What's that mean, Ben?
It means the commentary in its entirety.
Yeah, all the words of the commentary, all the lines of Master Dharmakirti's ancient work are what I promised to explain. Okay, what do I promise to explain in the second part? All the lines of this great book. Okay, this is one of the greatest books ever written on this planet. If you get a chance to hear it, you're unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's like 10 times better than the Bible. Anyway, no, it's unbelievable. It's a revolution. In 2,000 years, it's a revolution of the human mind. It's unbelievable. It's incredible. Okay, and he says, I'm going to give you the whole thing. I'm going to explain the whole thing, except. Okay, per means I'm going to kick out a few parts, and I will not explain those parts. Okay, what are those parts? I'm not going to explain the chuja.
The pledge to compose the work.
Yeah, I'm not going to explain to you in my second section of the commentary the promise that was made by Dharmakirti to write his book. I'm not going to explain that to you now. And I'm not going to explain to you his Tsompar Dham Chawa.
Yeah,
That's the
pledge
promise
to complete the work.
His promise to write the book, do or die. Okay, die or finish the book. I'm not going to cover that. Two things I'm not going to cover. And there's a third thing I'm not going to cover. Shepa Tarchimba. Tarchin.
The end, the conclusion.
I'm not going to cover the very end of the book. Why? I just got that. Okay. I promised you at the beginning I would frame the whole book for you. And I gave you two important pieces at the front. And I gave you the piece at the end about the rivers going to the ocean and the whole thing finishing. I framed the whole book for you. Now I promise to explain the book to you. But hey, can I not repeat the parts I just did? Okay, the very opening and the very end. Is that okay with you guys? It's kind of like asking for me. Okay, I promise to comment on the whole book, except the pieces I just did. All right. Okay, got it? It's reasonable. All right, but he's got this Buddhist sense of morality. He says I'm covering the whole book, but he's not. He's going to leave out 2 sentences because he already did them, and he wants to make sure you understand the contract. Okay, I promise to cover the whole book. Thanks. Except the parts I already covered. Is that okay with you? Yeah. All right, let's go on. Okay, next.
Yes.
And by there's an implication there that you understand those 3 perfectly already, and he doesn't have to cover them again. They hardly remember them. Okay, here we go. Who's reading, Ben? All right.
Word. Help me.
Okay.
Word. Thank you.
Tin, you read.
Right.
Is translated today.
Oh, he's translating.
Oh, he's translating? I didn't know. 1 second. Ina, are you available?
Jessica, I want to read.
Oh,
I can
Uh,
read. Okay.
Ina can
It's
read.
okay.
Jessica, you can read next. Thank you.
Tela një tarpa tander ro.
Good. Word,
Good.
you can, Ben, correct?
Jope
Jopa.
lamran qinje pe taptan. Njene shen Jesu dzin pe tap një sundu sache tanpo hele tanpo suntan nipa tele stipar che.
Nice. The Parmanavartika, one of the most famous books in the history of the world, which is what, and by the way, this commentary is the best in 15th centuries, okay? It was written in our lifetime by an extraordinary man, teacher of my teacher. So it's got 4 chapters, okay? It's got 4 famous chapters. We'll have to name the chapters, Ben, I think. Do you have them on top of your head, or you want me to go get them for you?
The names of the 4 chapters?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Okay, let's go get them. Not that one, not that one. I think I got it for you. There's a debate about the 4 chapters, okay?
Yes.
Well, there's the 4th chapter. Let's start with that, okay?
Okay.
Jepaki, it's Jepakilu, okay? Jepakilu. What's Jepakisima?
That's deductive or indirect accurate perception.
Deduction, okay? Chapter 4 is deduction, I guess. Okay, let's go again. I thought here's the one. The 4th chapter is called Shendun Jepang, okay? Shendun, say Shendun.
Shendun Jepa.
1st chapter is Rangdun Jepang.
Shendun Jepa.
What's it mean, Ben?
This means deduction for your own sake, for your own benefit.
Yeah. Figuring things out with your eyes closed for you. For you. Okay? Something that you need for yourself. Okay? Logic used for yourself is the subject of the 1st chapter. Logic used for others is the 4th chapter. So now we just got to cover the 2nd and the 3rd chapter. Okay. So here's the 2nd chapter. And there's an ancient debate about the order of the 2 chapters. Come on. Okay, here's the 2nd chapter, okay? Say
Samatupa.
Yeah. It says proving Sema, okay? Sema means accurate perception. Sema means accurate perception. And the chapter's name is proving accurate perception. But it applies to, as you know from the ACI courses,
The
Buddha.
Buddha.
yeah, it's semi-cubo. Say semi-cubo. A person who is pramana. A person who is pramana means a person of totally accurate perception, which means a person who cannot lie. Okay, a person of totally accurate perception. So the second chapter of this famous book proves that Lord Buddha is totally accurate. What's the first chapter talk about? Logic used for your own purposes. Fourth chapter,
For others.
logic used for other people's purposes. What kinds of pramana are left over after you kick out logic? Yeah, so I use my logic to say the third chapter must be a study of direct perception. How do you perceive colors? How do you perceive shapes? How do you perceive sounds like that? Okay. Then the whole book covers all kinds of perception. And it has a side trip to proving that this person's perceptions are totally accurate. Okay, got it? Now we got to go back to where we were. And by the way, this book, before translation, is 880 pages. To get to translation quantity, you normally multiply times 8. So this is going to be 6,500 pages. Ben's commentary is going to be. How did you? Okay. Yeah, we covered that. Okay. Okay, so Delani, Tarpa Dan Dergebelam ranking top. What's that, Ben? Tarpa and Dergebelam.
Freedom and the path to travel there.
Right. How do you nepa it yourself?
How do you see it, come to know it for yourself?
Yeah. How do you figure out what is freedom and how do you get there? The path. Okay. How do you figure out what is freedom and the path to get there? That's first topic. Okay. Second topic. Nene Shen Geshe Zimbe talk. What's Shen Geshe Zimba?
Caring for others.
Yeah, how to lead others, how to take care of others. First, figure it out yourself. Second, help other people get there. Nisa do means the whole thing is 2 sections. The whole dang book is 2 sections. What do you need to understand to help yourself? And then what do you need to understand? What are the okay? The whole book can be divided into 2 parts. Okay. Subject Dambo Subject Dambo means the first section that I just described to you, which was figuring out the path for yourself. Okay. That is covered in the Liu Dambo Sum of this book.
First and third.
First 3 chapters.
First
Three-
and third.
First 3 chapters. First 3 chapters.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
3 chapters. What's the first chapter? Using logic for your own, using deduction, eyes closed. All the goddamn things in the universe you can perceive with your eyes closed is the subject of the first chapter. What's the subject of the second chapter? Yeah. Is there any being who has perfect perception? Third chapter. Yes. What is direct perception? Those 3 chapters help you get where you want to go. And in the 4th chapter, logic used for others, which means how to explain logically to someone else how they. That's the whole huge structure of this book. And sometimes when you deep in this book, like you're at the winter debates, you debate 1 page night and day for 30 days. You debate 1 page night and day for 30 days until you can't speak anymore. And you debate all night and you cover 1 page. Okay. That's this book. All right. Here we go. Who's going to read the next section, Mr. Ben?
I believe Jessica was slotted to read next, right, Jessica?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So, Dang Pula Sum, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thang Pula Sum, Lok Yu, Nghe Pei
Okyur.
Thap,
Kokyo.
Kok Yu Nghe Pei Thap Thang, Nghe Chơi Phá Phà Thang, Tham Chê Khen Phà Thang, Đế Rô Pei Lam Shê Phà Thang, Ngun Giu Nghe Pei Thap So.
Wow.
Good.
Great.
Okay, good. When we're talking about the first three chapters that are used mainly to achieve whose goals? My own.
Mine.
Okay. I can divide those three chapters. I can describe those three chapters like this. Number one, Kokyo Nebe Tap. Okay.
The way to come to see what is hidden.
Yeah, if someone says to you, why do Buddhists spend, by the way, how many years does a Geshe spend on this book?
What's
3 months
13?
out of each year.
We spend 12 years on Maitreya's book on Lower Madhyamika. Then we spend 4 years on Higher Madhyamika. Then we spend 2 years on Abhidharma. Then we spend 2 years on Vinaya. When do we study logic?
Do we come
Every
to
year,
Dura?
every
Okay.
year for 3 months. For 25 years, we studied this book. 3 months a year. Because it's so important. We sprinkle it throughout the whole Geshe course. Okay, that's what the winter debates. 2 months preparation for winter debates. Choose the 50 best guys. They go to the winter debates for the 3rd month, and everybody else gets stuck at home and feels depressed. I went 4 times. Nobody ever did that. Okay. But I voted for myself. Okay. Okay. Kokyo Ngebe Top. What's Kokyo, Ben?
Hidden.
Yeah, hidden reality. Why would Ngepa means top means what, Ben?
How you come to know those things that are hidden.
Yeah, and please, please, please appreciate this sentence, okay? There's things in the world that normal people cannot see and will never see. They will die without seeing them. 99.999% of humanity will spend 60, 70, 80 years here. And there are certain things they will never see and never even hear about. Okay? That's called kokyo. Those are the invisible things of this world. Deep, deep spiritual truths that you just can't see with it by normal ways. Someone has to train you to see deeper things. Okay, someone has to train your mind to see deeper things, and without that training, you will die, and you will never even know those things were there. You see what I mean? Okay, so that's Kokyo Ngebe Tap. It's a very beautiful. Somebody say, "Why you study this logic book? It sounds so boring." No. I am opening my third eye. This book is about opening your third eye. It's the sexiest book. There are things that normal people will never even imagine existed. And this book teaches you how to see them. Okay. God, thanks. Wow. Okay, got it? It's unbelievable. Okay, so Kokyo Ngebe Tap means first chapter. The job of the first chapter is to teach any normal person to see these invisible things that are the highest things in the universe. And most people never even know they were there. They will walk around them their whole life and never even know what they're missing. Okay. Second chapter. Neje Tarpa Danpa the Dupe Lump.
Or is this the second thing that happens in the first chapter?
No, he's promising you. He has 2 huge sections here.
I see. Great. Thank you.
Basically, how to help yourself and how to help other people. How to help yourself has 3 parts, and it happens to correlate to the first 3 chapters.
Great.
Okay. Second chapter. Neje Tarpa Dan Tamju Kema Dan Der Dubilam Sheba. I will shape of the lam, Ben,
I will explain the path
that you
that
will,
is you will travel to freedom and omniscience, which is what it is you come to know that was hidden, I guess.
uh,
That's the
not the same thing, really.
Ngecha.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, first chapter, I'll teach you how to see the things you can't see. Second chapter, I will prove that there is a higher state called nirvana and Buddhahood, and I'll show you how to get there. Okay, which is what? It's the proof that Lord Buddha is a person who cannot lie. That chapter called Proving that Lord Buddha is a person who cannot lie. The topic is nirvana and Buddhahood. Makes sense?
Yeah.
That's the second thing that's helpful to you. Okay. All right.
so what is Ngecha here, boss?
What it is that you would like to perceive. Yeah. And you could say that's kokir. Yeah. You could
Okay.
refer back. Yeah, you could say it's referring back to the first section. Yeah.
Okay.
The first section is how to ascertain things you can't ascertain. And then the second chapter is explaining the path to achieve what you cannot ascertain. Yeah, how's that? Which you
Great.
come to ask. Okay, good. And then the third section is almost redundant. Tell me why, Ben. It seems almost redundant.
Because it's obvious or something. Because
methods to perceive those things which are right in front of your face. Okay, blue, green, yellow, hot, cold. Thanks. Good. I hope the chapter's not too long. Because it's an explanation of which kind of perception. Direct perception. And normally you don't spend much time on it, because that's the only one that most people have automatically. Okay. But still, how it's true, mind only might have a completely different explanation. You are directly perceiving a blue that's inside your own storehouse consciousness, for example.
Mhm.
So it's not a small subject. It's not as dumb as it sounds. It's worth a chapter. Okay, which chapter?
Third one.
Was it the third one? Yeah. Okay, good. By the way, I warn you that some commentaries treat it in a different order. Some commentaries were of the classical commentaries, some were never finished. The person died before they finished the 4 sections. So there is such a thing. Okay. And in some of them, they started on the 2nd chapter or something, because Dharmakirti did the earlier chapters like that. So the commentary literature is a little messed up as far as the order of the chapters. Okay. Ben, who's up next?
Word, do you have another victim lined up for me?
Sure, one sec. Hey, Ling wants to read.
Oh, good.
Who doesn't want to read?
There she
Start
is.
và tăng bộ nếm lệ liêu tăng bộ đánh y ba liêu y ba sum ba liêu sum ba tăng.
Yeah, subject Dhammo means the first part of my whole explanation, which is ways to help yourself. It involves 3 different things. Number 1, seeing something that most people never see. Number 2, a description of freedom and how to get there. And number 3, how to use your direct senses properly. Okay, those 3 parts happen to correlate to the Liu double, Liu Nipa, Liu symbol.
The first, second, and third chapters.
Yeah, they correlate to the first 3 chapters. Okay. Seeing things which most people never see is first chapter. Understanding the path to freedom and freedom, second chapter. Third chapter, direct perception. Okay.
Just,
You okay? Did I lose anybody?
no,
Ben, who's next?
oh yeah. Who's next?
By
Oh,
the way,
that wasn't enough for
you will get this talk once in 50 years. Today.
uh-huh.
You will never see the structure of the whole book again. So learn it. We're not going back. We don't have time to go back. It's a 50-year project. So today you are one of those very, very, very rare people who got the structure of the whole book. Okay, here we go. Double on you. Who's up, Ben?
Pei Ling, that was too short, right? You need another one?
Too short.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tang po xin. Thank you. Next line.
Oh, up. Dunk Po Lan Yi.
Oh, tang po lại. Chế pa ghi tên tang si sa pa tang. Lok to lun poi ta su tang po.
Nice. Okay, we've been on this book how long, Ben?
Like either a few minutes or a couple years.
No, how long on Yeshe Wangchuk's book?
I mean, it's all in all, we've spent 2 years, something like that. Yeah.
We've been on this book for 2 years. To be fair, we covered the biographies of some of the authors. Okay. So we did do that before. And throughout the biographies, throughout the introductions, I warned you that the poop would hit the fan. That you would hit the whole thing was a vacation up to now. Okay? The whole 2 years up to now was a vacation. And tonight we hit the real book. And it's hard. It's really hard. And the hard stuff starts tonight. You can say, I was there when Geshe started kicking Ben's butt. And, and he, and here we go. Don't forget, I told you for 2 years we were going to get here. And we're there. Okay, here we go. Okay, put on your seatbelt. Okay, double on you. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Let's talk about the first chapter. Okay, we can divide it into 2 parts. One, we're going to give a Shepa Ben.
An explanation of reasons which are the basis of deduction.
Yeah, and now starts a very, very difficult process of trying to distinguish between many, many ancient terms for logic. And they have their own flavor. Each word has its own. There's 5 words for logic statement. There's 20 words for reason. I mean, you gotta go slow. We gotta start working hard here. Densig means a whole logical statement. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, densig means a logical statement. The 6th part is important in the Homa, in the fire offering. And I'll give $100 if you can tell me why. Densig. Okay, we just reached your first your real logic.
It's the little joint in the bamboo. It's the little joints.
How much did I say? 50 cents? $100? $100 for Uncle Nick. Yeah. 6 with an S. 6 without the S means word. Everybody knows that word. Word knows that word. 6 with an S means the connector place. And it's Ayusha. Ayusha. It's the reeds that you offer in the fire offering. Okay. What do those 6 represent? By the way, this is also a 6. The joints of your fingers are also
Long life, like series of
long life. when you burn the reeds, the grass with those joints in it, like bamboo joints, and when you throw them in the fire, it represents prayers for people's long life because it has many sections, which represent years. Okay, so year 10-6, the Tibetan word for a logical statement is 10-6, firm section, firm section connection. Okay. Okay. So now we start having to distinguish between these exotic logic words. Okay. So what we call provisionally means for the time being. We'll call it logical statement. Density.
Right.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. Now there's an important concept already here. Densics are the 10 of Jepa.
Yeah, they're the basis of deduction.
Yeah, logical statements. Take this, it's that because this. Take this, it's that because of that. Okay, take this, it's that because of that. Dachichen without the chipchir. Dachichen without the chipchir. Say, Dachichen.
Dachichen.
Most famous dancing of all time. Dachichen without the chipchir. It should become like a mantra. Dachichen without the chipchir. Dachichen without the chipchir. Dachichen without the chipchir. Dachichen means
Consider sound.
consider mitate anything. Shevecher because it was created by the throat, by the tongue. Okay, this is an ancient use of logic against people who said that something was unchanging. What? Yeah, the statement Om. Okay, to say Om, all right, because it has to be made through effort, it must be impermanent. All made things are impermanent, okay, or changing. Okay, say Dachichen.
Okay.
Give me a tensik. Give me a tensik.
Oh, Dachichen mitakte chebeche.
I don't want to hear it like Dachichen without the chipchir. It's like ordering a pizza. I'll take a Dachichen without the chipchir. Dachichen without the chipchir. You gotta have a rhythm to it. You know, you can play it on a guitar if you win the guitar. Dachichen without the chipchir. Dachichen. Dachichen without the chipchir. There, you started. Now you're on the. Now this is your first real class in this book. After 2 years, we reached the class. Okay, tensik means logical statement. Okay, that's the 10 of Jepak. What's that mean?
The base.
The basis.
Yeah, the basis of deduction. Yeah, it's not deduction. It's the foundation of deduction. Get the difference? Statement, Dachichen is the foundation of perceiving things you cannot see. Okay, the whole foundation of seeing the things you cannot see is Dachichen. Got it? It's not logic. It's the foundation of logic.
Foundation as in material cause or not? It's like
No.
Without the first one, you can't get to the second one. Okay, you cannot see the deeper things of this universe unless someone teaches you formal logic. It's not possible. Unless someone trains you how to think, there are truths you will never see. It's not some stupid Aristotelian logic thing. It's not that. It's not that. It's a secret tantra. Everybody's asking Geshe to teach them tantra. Here's tantra. Okay, this is tantra. Okay, understand how to think and you will see magical things that you never imagined. Okay, but you got to learn how to think. And really, you don't know how to think now. Your mind is like an untrained horse or something. You know, they say it's like an untrained elephant, and if you get on top of that mind, you're in trouble. You'll get trampled. Okay, stampled.
It's a portmanteau.
Done. I don't care if the time's up. Tenzing Shipper. The whole basis of seeing the unseen world is to think logically. Okay, it's the ability to use those three elements of a logical statement and to understand them upwards and backwards. Okay. Secondly, he's got another part here. He's not done yet. Let me finish. You can go home after that.
We're gonna give you some ass backwards reasons.
It's interesting. I mean, legally, what this second sentence says is a person who cannot, the fact that they cannot think clearly is the reason for saying someone's a fool. Okay. How do you prove someone's a fool? They cannot think logically. Okay. All right. He's an idiot. Fool is better. Because fool hurts themselves by accident. Like that. Stuff like that. Okay. Fool does foolish things and hurts themselves. Okay. Misunderstanding the deeper things is the true sign of a foolish person. Okay. Got it? Like not understanding that sharing what you have with others is the true path to wealth or prosperity. Okay. Not understand that as limbo is an idiot.
These are not just Doc's reasons, which are Loktok Lumbo.
No, it is. Loktok means like bad ideas. You can say bad ideas. Bad ideas. Okay. All right. And by the way, we truly are entering the real book now. And it's going to be a different, the party's over. Okay. And I'm not, you think I'm kidding.
No, I don't.
Yeah, this is where I almost committed suicide in the most three.
No, I peeked ahead. It's pretty rough.
Okay.
Do you have an impossible assignment for me? Yeah.
The next three sections.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And
thank you so much.
Do your exercise, eat well, get lots of sleep. Come back next time.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Geshe. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. Thank you, live translators. I don't know how you do it. It's wonderful to get to spend this time with everybody. Thank you for supporting this program by your presence and your good night clubbing. And Word, are you standing by for class tonight?
Yes.
Thank you. So please stay tuned if you want to learn to read as well as Word's other students. I know I'm jealous. Then you should stay right where you are and learn from him.
Thank you. Thank you, Geshe. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Word, thank you for teaching all these people to pronounce things.
You're welcome, Gan. Thank you for teaching me so I could teach them.
I'm so glad you're doing it. Okay.
All right.
Later.
All right. Bye.